Okay, so hi guys. I know like there are a bunch of people who ask like Priscilla, how do you set up your camera? Because I don't have a tripod stand and all, and I've been thinking of getting one, but like I can't find the one that I'm looking for because um well I found one, but it didn't have the ring light issue thingy, whatever it's called. So yeah, I haven't yet gotten a tripod stand, but this is how I set up in my room. Like in African culture we have like um we normally have this thing, but like there's no chocolate, trust me, like there's no chocolate. But there was chocolate in that box, but like right now they're like necklaces and stuff. In here also there are necklaces and stuff, and then I used my laptop to like balance the whole thing out. So this is how I set up. I just wanted to show like a little cameo of, see, this is the struggle I go through, guys, when setting up. But yeah, so yeah. Okay. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Football with Priscilla. I'm Priscilla. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little cameo of how I set up. It's a whole process. But anyway, following what has been the most dramatic quarterfinal I have ever witnessed in the World Cup. I think like these quarterfinals were just crazy. Like guys, the results were jaw dropping. I remember the Brazil game. I wasn't home. I was at work, right? So I didn't know what was happening. In my mind, I was like, Brazil, Croatia. Obviously, Brazil is winning this game. Till I receive a call from my friend, Joe, who's always keeping me updated. He's like, Priscilla, are you seeing what's happening? I'm like, what do you mean what's happening? He's like, Brazil and Croatia are going to penalties. I'm like, what? Brazil, how? He's like, yo, like they're going to penalties. I'm like, okay, cool. So, before the quarterfinals, I made predictions, and I remember saying like I'm doing this video because I'm not going to do a watch along, because I didn't have the heart, because clearly the predictions I made were against what I wanted to happen. So we're going to go through my predictions and what I said would happen and what actually happened. Yes. But before we get into the video for today, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Anyway, so let's get into the video for today. Now, I remember the games that were there were Netherlands versus Argentina, Croatia, Brazil, England versus France, and Portugal versus Morocco. Netherlands versus Argentina, I made this huge analysis. Like I actually took a deep dive into actually even knowing the players. And in conclusion, I said there is no way Argentina is going to beat Netherlands. And boy oh boy, the shame that came after I said there was no possible way that Argentina would beat Netherlands, because it so happened that Argentina did in fact beat Netherlands. But that game was crazy, cause like Argentina were 2 up, right? And I'm like, okay, we're cruising through this, and Netherlands literally came out of nowhere, scored one, and I was like, oh my god, like I knew a second goal was coming with the way Netherlands were playing. Okay, in fact, let me just go through the game before I say my final thoughts on that game. So yeah, Netherlands equalized. I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. Then we go into extra time. Argentina look as though they were scoring. I mean, I think Enzo Fernandez ended up hitting the post, like it was crazy. We go into penalties. I was watching the game with my sister, my elder sister. She's a huge Messi fan. We go into penalties. She goes to watch the game in her room. She leaves me watching the game, and I'm like, yo, like this is the last time we're literally going to see Messi playing for Argentina, because there's no way Netherlands are losing this game. Well, turns out Martinez, what's his first name? Amy Martinez had other plans, because those two saves for those penalties were absolutely amazing. A lot of people have been saying those were bad penalties. Martinez is actually a good goalkeeper. Like if you followed Argentina through the Copa America, you would know that Martinez is very good at penalties actually. So yeah, I was that prediction was wrong. But what I will say about the Argentina game, and one thing I've noticed about Scaloni, the Argentina coach is, he makes substitutions too early. He decides to go defensive too early in the 70th minute. And I knew when he started making those substitutions in the 70th minute, he removed Acuna, he removed Alvarez, he removed Romero. I was like, dude, why are you removing Romero? We played, as Cloney played his hand out too soon, and it was so easy for Van Gaal to counter. Like, you literally put short defenders, and that guy, is it Warhist, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrongly, is so tall, and so that was the advantage. And I remember someone was saying, this is now when we're finding Argentina's weakness. Like, Argentina's weakness has always been there, people just haven't exploited it. If you can get the right balls in the box and you have a top player, that Argentine defense is just, it can't handle top players. So yeah. But so yeah, those are my thoughts on the Argentina versus Netherlands game. I completely got it wrong. The next game we're going to look at is Croatia versus Brazil. Now, if it's this game, it's worse. I even gave a scoreline. I said Brazil 3, Croatia nil. I think I got ahead of myself. I think maybe somewhere along the lines I have become overconfident. I need to humble myself. This self-proclaimed soccer analyst thing, like anyway, so Croatia clearly beat Brazil at penalties, and that's why those games on Friday were so tiresome, because they all went into penalties. It was tiresome because of the anxiety with penalties. I mean, so I didn't watch that game, but I played it back though. And I was not surprised to find that the person everyone was talking about was Modric. Modric on the midfield is an absolute gem. He is a gem. There is like, guys, we've seen Modric all these years at age, is it what, 37? He is still bossing the midfield. Class is permanent no matter how old you are. That's how Messi is dictating the game at 34, because class is permanent. I'm so sorry, my dogs are barking, they're so annoying. Anyway, so yeah, Brazil ended up losing versus Croatia. I think Brazil at a certain point got ahead of themselves, like a certain soccer analyst. They thought they had gotten the cup, they thought they were going to the finals, they thought they would cruise to the finals, but it so ended up that they were wrong. Like a certain someone, they grew big-headed and they thought what they were doing was right, like everything they knew was correct, they knew what to do. But yeah, life life humbles, and me and Brazil have been humbled. Anyway, so yeah, my prediction was Brazil 3, Croatia nil, and I lost horribly. My prediction was bad, like ish. The next game we have Portugal versus Morocco. Now this one, at this point, let's just laugh at me, like let the whole universe laugh at me, because boy did I underestimate Morocco. They didn't outplay Argentina, but I did talk about the intensity that Morocco has. They don't get tired running. Like, they literally run and run and run. So it was so annoying. Like, wow. But I did not expect Portugal to play the way they played. And I always said this, Portugal's defense is weak. I said this when I just saw that Pepe was the defender. I was like, how did you put Pepe there? Like, Pepe has a red card somewhere in him. I'm joking. But like, all I know is like Pepe is not a defender that you can rely on, right? But anyway, so they put in Cristiano Ronaldo, who I think did nothing, but people are saying he changed the game. No, he didn't. He didn't change anything. When he came on, there was no difference. The only difference when he came on is the Portuguese literally started playing what, like they just started crossing the ball into the penalty box, hoping for Ronaldo to get a header one way or another. So that's what changed the game. But okay, Portugal had their chances, but like, they didn't play the way I thought Portugal would play. And I will say this: there's this whole thing of, oh no, the referee was Argentine, so that's why Portugal lost. Like, what? Like, how? What logic does that, like, where is the logic in that statement? Literally, Morocco had a man sent off, right, with like 5 or 4 minutes to go. I honestly thought was not a red card. Literally, the referee was the best, I think. Like out of all the games, I think the referee in the Portugal versus Morocco game played absolutely well. I think he was fair. Portugal just didn't take their chances, and to come and blame the referee of another nationality for making you lose is just childish. Like, let's try to make the logic of what these Portuguese players are thinking. So they're saying the Argentine referee is the reason why Portugal lost. Yet, if Portugal had won, they would have played either England or France, who could easily beat Portugal. So, Argentina is also on the other side with Croatia. So I don't know the logic. But hey, yeah, so that's that's the drama with regards to the Portugal Morocco game. So that's another game that I also got wrong. I predicted that Portugal would beat Morocco, and yeah, they did. And Ronaldo ended up leaving without scoring. Well, I think he scored one goal. I'm not sure, but yeah, Ronaldo ended up leaving in tears. It was sad. I know, as a Messi fan, we were trolling and everything. Everyone was having their fun, but after I sat back and like actually thought about it, I was like, oh no. It was so sad seeing Ronnie cry. Like, I'm not the biggest Ronaldo fan because of his ego and everything, but I do appreciate the fact that he is one of the greatest footballers because he is a hardworking footballer. Like, when you need someone to show up, Ronaldo does show up. He's shown up for Portugal, he's shown up for Manchester United, he's shown up for Real Madrid on countless occasions. So even if I wanted to laugh at Portugal, I still felt like some type of way. Like, seeing Ronaldo leaving the World Cup and like this being his final World Cup is like a reminder that this is also Messi's final World Cup. And so it's like the chapter is slowly closing, and it kind of like I felt bad. But we'll talk about the last game, which is England France. Now, this one, I said it, I won, ladies and gentlemen. This one, I said France would beat England, and I said England have a good squad, but I also said I think France had an edge over England, and we saw it. For me, I honestly think France, being in the World Cup 20, is it 2018, winning it, they have more experience, which is what Croatia did against Brazil. Croatia kept their heads. They have more experience than Brazil. That's how they were able to beat Brazil. Same with France. They were able to beat England because of their experience, and also Harry Kane. Like, bruh, when the world needed you the most, you vanished. I'm joking. But yeah, it was a good game. I think England played well. France didn't play really well, and that got me thinking. Like, France can actually be neutralized because once Mbappe doesn't have a good game, France doesn't have a good game. Let's just be honest. So it was sad to see England leave. But this tournament, really, if you've noticed, it's not been about the team that plays flair kind of football, good kind of football. It's been a World Cup where do your job, get the job done, and move on. And that's what France did with two amazing goals from Chomini and is it Giroud. England also had a chance. I don't know why England are saying the ref. Like, all the teams are blaming the ref except the Brazil versus Croatia game. England are playing. England are blaming the referee despite the referee giving them two penalties. I don't know what England wanted. England did not create any chances in open play, so I don't know why they are blaming the referee. One thing that pissed me off with this England game is that Gareth Southgate had Madison on the bench this whole tournament, has not put him on. Like, the way to beat France, they needed, England lacked a creative midfielder. They had no one with the creativity to make that exquisite pass that would reach Hurricane, and Hurricane would obviously score. That's what they were missing. You saw the pass that Messi made to that, what's his name, Molina. That was an exquisite. That was just a delight of a pass, and that is what England were missing. England have so many runners up front. They need a creator, and you have literally a creator in, what's his name, Madison, and you keep him on the bench. Like, I honestly question Southgate's tactics. But anyway, I'm not English, so that's their business. But so yeah, so I actually got the France versus England game correct. The prediction was correct. Let's clap for me. So yeah, out of the four, I got one correct. So I got one out of three. But anyway, so yeah, obviously the semifinals we have Argentina versus Croatia, and then we have France versus Morocco. Am I going to give my predictions? Not in this video. I'm gonna make a different video in giving my predictions. I need to sleep through it. I need to think, and then I'll give my predictions. But for now, I'm gonna keep quiet. So yeah, so that's all I had for you guys today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe.